Jon Cohen of Science Magazine, welcome.
Thanks, Jackie. It's another interesting day at the AIDS conference.
And if you step back from the speeches, the sessions, the panels, and look at it in a larger way, one of the themes evolving is we're talking about the evolution of the epidemic in many different ways. And today there was a discussion about the evolution of the financing of the epidemic. Fill us in.
Well, we've had a period of time over the last decade where there's been a lot of dependency from poor countries and middle-income countries on wealthy countries. And what we saw in 2011, and this is a talk from Bernhard Schwartlander of the UN AIDS, 2011, there were 81 countries that were taking care of 50% or more of their HIV/AIDS needs. South Africa is at the front of that pack, really went from very little domestic money to taking care of the bulk of it. And the donor countries are saying to the partners, hey, we expect you to do more.
And their contributions have flatlined in the past several years.
As the Kaiser report shows that just came out, yeah, we've hit the plateau there. We've got a roof problem. So the thing that really startled me about what Schwartlander was saying is that there are many, many countries that are going to be moving out of low-income status into middle-income status. And that's going to put pressure on them from the donors to do more and more.
He said, the world is getting richer, we need to make it fairer.
That's right, and by fairer he meant that every country should pay more of their own fair share. And many, many poor countries signed on to a declaration that they would pay 15% of their health care needs, and many have not done it. And he pointed a finger at them and said, hey, it's time that you take care of your problem. We'll help you, but do more.
And they will push back, I presume.
I think so. I think that the countries that aren't contributing now aren't contributing because they feel overwhelmed by other things. But he's saying, you've got to take care of this too.
Another piece of this evolution of the epidemic is the way it looks. Who is HIV positive?
Yeah.
You heard about a study today that points to the aging of those who are impacted.
Yeah, I was a little frightened because I'm in that aging group. You know,
Aren't we all?
Yeah, well, it's the over 50 group. And the startling thing to me was that by 2015, half the HIV-infected people in North America and Europe are going to be over 50. I didn't know that.
What are the policy implications? Older people, of course, have more complicated health issues.
It's baffling. They have more complicated health issues. They've got diseases of aging that are going to compete with their HIV disease. HIV is going to, as one researcher said today, accentuate the likelihood that they get these diseases of aging. And you know, think about it. You're 65, you're 70, you're HIV infected. You're taking pills for all these things. HIV is just one thing you're taking pills for. There could be problems with adherence that we haven't even imagined. There could be problems with sexuality in that generation, that people like to think that people over 50 don't have sex, but they made the point again and again today that they do, and that men over 50 are 6 times less likely to use condoms. Now imagine there are a lot of HIV-infected men over 50. You can see a potential problem.
And a final question, one piece of research that caught your eye had to do with a study out of Uganda.
Yeah. It was sobering. I'm not sure what it means. It had over 500 couples where one person's infected at the beginning and another isn't. Now that's the very design of a study, a larger study, a better designed study that led to the breakthrough notion that treatment is prevention. Because the study published last year showed that it reduced treating the infected partner, reduced the likelihood of transmission by 96%. The study today found nothing. Now, there could be a whole lot of reasons why. It could be that the person who got infected wasn't even infected by their partner. The study published last year did genetic analysis to make sure they got the virus, the people who did get infected, got infected by their partner. Could be that they were polygamous and that explains it. Could be a bunch of different things. Or it could be that applying this in the real world is going to be really, really tricky. And there are lots of variables that we don't know yet.
Okay, on that we will end it and say thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jackie.